Okay, so welcome to the third Lynel video of this LEGO series. So I'd like to start by talking about something besides Lynel, which is its weapons. So I got some comments about the weapons. We've got the Crusher Maul thing that they tend to use here, a special club, which I've showed in the last video. We've also got this, which was intended to be his long kind of spear axe thing, but I also got a comment saying it looked more like a sword. So in order to turn this into the sword, the main thing to do is pretty much just to switch the handle out with something smaller. My main choice would be one of those like short rods like the Jedi lightsaber size, but I can't find any of those. So if necessary, this kind of branch one should work, though it does seem small. A larger one would be a bit better. Anyway, so those would be the three weapons he uses: the axe, the sword, and the club, masher, maul thing. Whatever you want to call that weapon. Anyway, so let's get into the video. This time we will be talking about its legs. So the first thing for us to do to access the legs is to take off the rest of the Lynel, which I'm going to be putting on the side. So these legs are fairly easy. We've got 4 leg joints, which I'm just going to take off. They each connect with 1 clip. And if we unclip all of them, we'll see we've got the rest of this. So this one, I wanted to put some special slopes on there so it looked more accurately like the actual back of some kind of creature, rather than just a bunch of slopes all lined up. So what we've got here is pretty much, we've got these 2 clips. This is a pretty weird building technique, but we've got them attaching to one of these signposts, which attaches in there. A piece comes back down and attaches to the bottom of the creature, Lynel, and a separate set which attaches to the top. So you've got top, bottom, and legs. And they attach at this one stud and also at this one stud, so it's not exactly a very sturdy model, but it looks right at the end. So let's get into the pieces required here. So here I've got it kind of narrowed down. We've got the top part of the legs, top part of the Lynel body and all the legs. And then in the next clip we'll be doing the bottom part. Anyway, so we've got 2 types of legs here. The back rear legs, which have this circle in the front, make it look a bit bulkier and more muscly. And on the front leg, we've basically just got thin, straight going down to make it look thinner. Kind of like how, I guess, a horse's legs look, because it's kind of what it was based on. Anyway, so here we've got the pieces for those. The thin one is fairly simple. It's just one of these bar pieces. For each of the feet, we've got one of these 1x1 clips with a transparent red pip and a tan pip beneath it. That's for each of the pieces. I use transparent red because in pictures of the silver Lynel, it looked like it had this kind of dark red covering, like ankle wrap kind of thing, but there aren't any dark red pips or dark red square pieces, so I just use this transparent red, and I think it mimics closely enough when it's kind of buried in there. It looks right, but not bright red. So then we've got this clip that goes on the top, and this little plate that goes on the bottom. This is a plate that's just rounded, because I think rounded looks nice, but it doesn't need to be rounded. I think it just gives it a better kind of smoothing down into a leg kind of piece there. Next, for this one, it's pretty close, except instead of being attached on like this, it's attached on sideways. So the hoof, if you see, the hoof rotates a different direction in relation to the Lynel. So we're going to take the same kind of hoof piece and leg piece as before, but instead of putting on one of these vertical clips like this, we put on a horizontal clip. And on the back of that, I've got one of these purple slope pieces. According to my camera, these look like blue, but just so you know, all of these blue pieces are purple. I'm just using the LEGO purple color. And so then we've got one of these kind of pieces we stick off to the side, and one of these tiles that comes off up in a plate with studs on the side. Click that there and put a disc on the top here, like so. So then for the bottom, we've got some interesting pieces. We've got its skirt, a 2x2 with 1 stud on the front, 2 gold clips on the back for that. Then we've got this white bar piece and 2 white horizontal clips coming off the sides. We've got a bar and 2 purple pieces. We're going to attach these to each, and they're going to be hinged back to kind of give him some side angling, I guess. I'm not really sure what that would be. We've got this 2x2 arc piece. We just stick that on the back there. We've got a 1x3 white beam with another slope here. This could be white or purple or circular or square, it doesn't really matter. We've got one of these 1x2 jumper plates. It's one of the new ones, so it's got this design on the bottom. I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up right. But basically, so you can put it on the center of a stud, like that. And that just goes straight down the center there. It's a jumper studs. There's only one stud connecting these two parts together, so it's kind of fragile, but oh well. Next, we've got one of these 4 long slopes. We've got each one attached to one of these clips and a circular stud, like that. The clips are on different parts of each of these. That way they don't interfere with one another. So we want to take the one with the clip closest to the end and put it on the very tip of this pole, because we're going to need pretty much as much space as we can get. We're going to want to line this one up with it, clip it on, and it should pretty much barely hold. Now I want to take this one, stick its very end stud down on top of that. And we can't fold these in right now, but we don't want to quite yet, because we're going to be building the bottom section and then adding that on. So let's just scoot all those to the side and get on to the next clip. Okay, so here's the bottom part of this Lynel. So we've got 4 of these kind of bar pieces, one on each side in the front, one on each side in the back. They each hold on legs, and each one also holds on a decorational piece that kind of fills out the Lynel. These 2 are connected by one of these circular tiles underneath, just to give them some good support on their own. Next, we've got one 1x2 white tile, one 1x2 white tile with a bar on the front, and one 1x2 purple tile. You just stack those all right up like that. Next, we've got this 2x3 here. This is going to be pretty much all the support of the Lynel, because the center is kind of fragile. Then we've got this 1x2 purple tile, 1x2 white tile with a clip, and 1x2 jumper plate on top of that. These 2 are just going to clip together, but not yet, because we'd like to assemble some stuff first. So next, in the back here, we've got, again, more of these pull pieces with clips on it, and we've got a 5th one back here which holds on the tail. I think I might have talked about the tail in the intro video. Pretty much just one of these clip things, and I've got an extra clip on here to make it seem a bit longer, match the size of the Lynel better. So we've got both of those there, and just gonna stick that right on top there, like so, so it fills in that gap. Next, we've got, again, these kind of side plates that we used in the rear legs of the Lynel. We've got each one of those with a slope on the front, which is tilted, kind of weird. We're gonna want to fold these clips up and stick these on from the bottom, so that it kind of grabs the corner of the clip way down in there. So you'll see this corner of the clip is grabbed in between this purple piece and this bottom there. Kind of just fills up a good bit of space there. So you should be able to just push this up and, like before the studs lock in, clip that forward a bit and stick that on so it all fits together nicely. Now with all that together, we can clip that there. And there we go. Now if you pull in the other pieces we've got, I guess this fell apart. So let's take our top piece. We should be able to match up the stud on the bottom there. The front of these 3 stud, this 1x3, the front one there matches up with this jumper tile. I believe, no, I'm wrong. Yes, I'm wrong on that. Ignore what I just said. So let's see, bit of reassembly. And this matches up on this pip right here, halfway to the end there, is where it should kind of match up, which is a bit of a weird joint in that it doesn't like to exactly clip down the same way as most Lego joints will, because kind of we're forcing it, and it doesn't like it. Anyway, so it doesn't like this placement, so it may take a good bit of fidgeting to get it there. And by a good bit, I mean a good lot bit, like this. And then we're going to want to take these, fold them back. If that doesn't work, just slide these up on their posts, fold them back, and then you can slide them back down to the point where they pretty much just touch this slope bar right here. We're going to want to do that on both sides. I'm actually just going to pull this all the way off and clip it right on there. And meanwhile, the entire thing falls apart. Anyway, so then you might remember we've got a hinge here. We're going to want to hinge this up pretty much till it just touches this slope piece here at the top, or that assembly. And we can fold these poles up, and they may resist at first, but it's okay, they'll just lock themselves in there. We fold down the Lynel's skirt while this back is still falling apart. And there we go, that's the main part of Lynel's body, except that he's still kind of missing legs. So let's take legs, pop them on here, on the back part of each of these back ones, like so. And then we're going to want to take this here, clip it on the middle, and same with the front. Be careful because he's still fragile, and we put him there. And that's our finished Lynel, except that a torso might be helpful. That just clips down on the top bar right here. And there we go. That is a finished Lynel. Hello everybody, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video. Before we end up, I'd like to mention a couple of things. First off, Anthony Pichetto mentioned to me, he sent me a photo of actual gameplay, proving that the Lynel is actually more than 2 minifigures tall, it's actually closer to 3, so while I thought this mini Lynel was tall, it turns out it's actually a bit short. And I was examining it. The best place to add height, if you're looking for it, is in this med section right here. His main column, there's lace pieces going through there, and his chest is already a bit short. So where you've got this purple 1x1 clip, if you replace it with a 1x2 clip, just heightening him a bit, you can change these shoulder pieces out for ones that will go down farther and extend his back. That should give him a good bit more height. Another tile or so, which will bring him much, much closer to the actual minifigure scale. Just wanted to mention that. Thanks, Anthony Pichetto, for bringing that to my attention. A couple other things. One of the next videos I'm planning on doing, it's not going to be the next one, or long in the future, I haven't even started designing it yet, but I'm wanting to do a Calamity Ganon one, and then I'm thinking of doing some of the scourges of the various divine beasts afterward. So tell me what you think about that in the comments, because I've gotten that as an idea from a lot of people, and it sounds awesome to me. I'm excited to do it. And I was thinking it would also be fun to make like a micro map of Hyrule from Legend of Zelda, just some kind of topographical map showing all the various areas. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one, in which I'm not sure what we'll be covering, but there will be some form of Legos in it. I'll see you then.